think what we need to be talking
I think
about,
they have something like that in here, but
listen,
I think what they have in here.
What we need to concentrate on is what is the next step for filmmakers.
Okay, okay.
If I'm going to take the platform right now in my capacity as a program maker on the Gambia radio and television services, what we are looking for is quality and relevance. Something that is relevant to us, socially relevant. Now and again you see us playing soaps from as far as Latin America, Venezuelan soaps. Why can't we have something from the Gambia, made by Africans, for instance? But again, it has to be on the pedestals of being very relevant to our environs. And if we're saying that there is so much talent, what is the next step? What do we do to get this going? What do we do to serialize the talent that Gambia has to show? And this is what I'm hoping will come out of this forum.
Okay, all right. Toma, you've spoken well. I think it's very relevant for us to be able to understand exactly what dimension do we want to see the Gambian film industry or the dream Gambian film industry, because as long as the technicalities are concerned, we do not have any film industry. So I think we are moving a bit better, but the pace in which we are moving is not realistic and is not for the best interest of the Gambian filmmakers. This also will go back to Gambian filmmakers themselves. We must be able to captivate the minds of Gambians to be able to put in their money. Film is not a child's play. It's very expensive. It needs a lot of resources. But to say Gambians don't have talent, I think that person must have to reflect him or her mind properly. I could remember very well the first time that I went to Nigeria. Then we were with Ibrahim Sanyang. We did this live and let live sketch, 10 minutes. I took it to one of the biggest producers in Nigeria and the best electronics. He saw Sambanjai, Betty Sise, Fatu Jane. That was in 2000, was it 4? I went to Nigeria first for film. When they saw these particular people's performance, you know what they say? Did they graduate from film school? Imagine in 2004, I'm talking about young Gambians. We were supposed to bring Osofia here in 2005. Then there was no Nigerian producer that thought of bringing any actor or producing company in the Gambia to produce. But because of the lack of support and confidence towards Gambian filmmakers, this is after your degree. People don't still have confidence in you. So I think the bottom line could not only be the dimension, but let's also look at this forum to be very productive. Let us be realistic. Gambian people are easy to talk, but very difficult to implement. For the industry to go, the government, the private sector, the NGOs must be able to consider what I call resilience. It's been 30 years we've been using Senegalese artists. We've been using other countries' artists. When are we going to use our own artists? We don't have a single celebrity internationally. I bet any Gambian that can tell me any Gambian artist that is globally recognized. Go to Sierra Leone, you have Jimmy B, you have Emerson. Go to Guinea-Bissau, we have a lot of them. Senegal, we cannot count it. Are we not a nation?
Of course we are.
Is every Gambian saying...
I would proudly say Jaliba Kuyate.
Yes.
But
I want you to be specific here. When you said support, what kind of support do you think?
My sister, there is only one support in the film business worldwide, even Hollywood. The reason why they produce good quality films is based on good budgets. Investment.
My question once again is, what needs to be done? Fine, you can point fingers at all those people that are giving opportunities to whoever. I mean, go to Hollywood today. This last, what's the awards ceremony called again? The film awards. No, in Hollywood. The Grammy Awards. All the films went to a French film this year. In Hollywood. True or false? The best directors in Hollywood are from the UK. I mean, you can't say they are Gambians or they are, this gentleman right here is from Nigeria, isn't he? But these are people working in the industry. And I think we need to recognize them as a part of the local industry.
Toma, when we
without necessarily segregating the nationalities. I think it's all about how you can exhibit talent and show the art. I think filmmaking is all about art. Write well, good script, the directing, and obviously the constraint that you're talking about, which is a major challenge, getting a budget. But then my question is, have we managed to come up with a mechanism in place to show that when people come up with a good script, they will be funded?
Okay.
There needs to be a starting point.
Toma, like you were saying, when we said Gambian film, we don't mean Gambian nationalities. We mean people that are licensed producers in the country. Those are the people that form the industry. When we said there are foreign producers coming, we're referring to foreign producers that are based outside the Gambia, established there. They just come here with their equipment, produce films in our country, be supported, giving all the access they need. At the end of the day, they go back to their country, and the films they produce here represent their country. My brother Nigerian here, if he produces a film, it's going to be a Gambian film.
Very good.
We are not referring
That's
to
a
that.
good point. Amadou had a point. Amadou.
Okay. And the other thing is, somebody out there might be saying, I will not invest in Gambian movies because duñ dé play lu neex. So what will be your answer to that?
Is it to me again? Okay.
To anyone, let's say to
I will say one thing. I'll say one thing. Before you ever know a film is good, you must have to buy it. We go to film shops. We see Genevieve picture. We buy it. Most of them are horrible, but we still watch it. So you must be able to give yourself a chance to be able to see, consume, then you'll be able to say it's good or bad. But you cannot just say it's a Gambian film is bad. So let's adopt the system of buying, the attitude of buying Gambian products, be it movie or music. Let's buy it first, consume it, then we'll be able to stand and say it's good or bad. That's not what is happening here.
Well, I want to say something here. If we are talking about film or the film industry in the Gambia here, per se we can say there is no film industry, technically. But I can say that we have so many filmmakers, so many producers who are producing films. If you go around to most of these film producers or filmmakers, if you look at their drawers, you can find so many films which are not duplicated or broadcast. They have a lot. What I would say is that there's a question which Lamin was asking, that what do we need to go forward from actually where we stop, where we are at the moment. I think the best thing is professional associations are very important in a country. One, Filmmakers Association or Film Producers Association. Those are pressure groups that can push so many things forward, especially in parliament or in government or cabinet papers. It's very important. And
then you have a collective voice and people will get to listen to you.
Yes, exactly.
After that you can have access to training, you can have access to funding, and all that goes with it.
Yes.
I mean, we know most of this film festivals, you know, even allow people to have access to funds and grants to make films if you come up with a good grant. So that will be a very good start.
Yes. And presently, there are so many professional associations. You have GAMATs with the actors. You have Writers Association, and even the Filmmakers Association is coming up. They were supposed to have their congress.
What is stopping the GAMA and all of them to have one collective association for filmmakers?
No, Lamin, if you look at, let me go to the Copyright Act. If you look at the Copyright Act, before we start collecting royalties, the Copyright Act says that there should be a board of directors for collecting society, for the collecting society of the Gambia. And this collecting society of the Gambia is composed of, the board of the copyright is composed of 2 representatives of the music union, a representative of the film producers, a representative of the performance, which is GAMAT association, a representative of the writers, a representative of book publishers, and so on. And if we are able to have all these associations, because presently we have almost about 6 associations in place. The film producers are coming up with one. Then after the establishing of all those associations, so we're going to have one president, which is going to be the collecting society president, which is an association of all the, a federation or union of all the associations together. You have writers, actors, producers, filmmakers, and everybody.
It will be difficult for you to earn royalties outside the Gambia.